A little bit. And she has been stubborn to the point where she has not wanted to share some very personal feelings about the passing of both of her parents. But she has decided to come through that brick wall, and she's going to share that with us tonight. She's giving her final speech for her Advanced Communicator Gold, and she will be presenting from the advanced manual called Storytelling, Project Number 4, The Touching Story. Now, everybody deals with death of a family member or a loved one in different ways, and it truly has been a challenge for Chris. And thank you in advance for sharing. Tonight, Chris is going to share a story that evokes feelings. This is a definite challenge for our speaker, and she hopes to get through it. And I think that we will support you in achieving your purpose for this evening. Let's welcome Kristine Pool with her touching story titled, Now and at the Hour of Our Death.
Thank you. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. This is one of the prayers that I learned growing up as a child. And the last few days of my mom's life, it became a mantra for me. I repeated this prayer over and over and over again in my head. And on her final breath was at the hour of our death. A couple days before Mom passed away, Dad had just actually come back from Las Vegas. He didn't realize how dire the situation was with Mom. And when we got to the nursing home room and he saw her, that was probably one of the first times I ever saw him cry. And we had last rites said for Mom, and then she passed a couple of days later. Dad was always a strong man. He was my papa. I was the baby. We had a very special relationship. He and I really got close together my junior year of high school. My mom had left for about 6 months to take care of Aunt up north who had broken her back and was in a full body cast. And my mom went to help take care of things up there. And my dad got stuck doing parent-teacher conferences, driving me to, or picking me up from school because I had to take the bus in the morning, taking me to the tennis games or coming to the drama plays, different things like that. And after that, and especially once Mom started getting sick, because Mom was sick for about 10 years with her Alzheimer's, I was his designated driver. I also never minded going to family outings. So for any wedding, any funeral, any family reunion, I was his designated driver. Even once Dad stopped drinking, I was still his designated driver, going to weddings, funerals, and family reunions. And we'd always share a room, and it worked out well for me because he would always fill my car up with gas and pay for all the meals and everything. It worked out. So Mom passed away 5 years ago this June. And a couple years after that, Dad was diagnosed with pulmonary fibrosis and some lung disease. Things got harder for him with breathing, walking, and it just slowly progressed. He started getting real dizzy. He stopped going down to our basement. We didn't want him to fall down the steps. We moved his big screen TV all the way upstairs into the living room, set him up nice and good up there. And there were certain things that he would not let us move around the house. In our living room, we always had a curio cabinet, and Mom had collected glass flowers. Well, once we were trying to figure out how to rearrange, Dad said the curio cabinet was not allowed to leave the living room because every day he would actually go and look at the flowers in there and think of Mom, which I never knew he did that. So the curio cabinet stayed in the living room. So Dad sitting, his chair was over here, the curio was here, and the TV was over here. So he could always see the flowers. And he always used pink blanket. which is one of the blankets that Mom had made. And Mom had always used that one. And when she passed, that was the blanket Dad always used. He did not like when he had to be separated from it when it went to the laundry. When he passed, we actually cremated the blanket with him. In October, I'm gonna do this. In October, he went on home hospice care. He's on oxygen full time. In November, I got approval for family leave at work. Every Wednesday I would come down early, spend some time with him, get him to eat some dinner, and then come to our Toastmasters meeting. Every once in a while, now by this time, Dad was really not eating. But every once in a while I'd get a phone call, bring me grape jelly. Or a couple days before, I would get that request the day of on a Wednesday. Other times on a weekend, make me chili. Jean sucks. I want your chili. So I could feed Dad. Now, granted, when Dad would used to eat, 2 or 3 big bowls. Well, now, he wouldn't even eat enough to feed a toddler. But he lost his sense of taste, lost all, wanting to eat anything. In December, I started taking my computer with, and we were going through old pictures that I got from my cousin, old pictures where Dad was 2 or 3 years old, 7 years old, the old farm when it was going through renovations and buildings in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. And we were going through it so he could identify some of these people because we knew he'd be passing, and nobody knew who any of these people were anymore. And over a progression of about 3 weeks, I could tell such a decline in him that he couldn't remember people who he identified the week before. And it was just taking so much effort for him to talk and speak anymore after just a couple of weeks. End of January, it was starting to get a little bit worse. And we had a family meeting. Can't look at you. And we had a family meeting with the hospice care worker, the aide, the nurse, and the social worker. And we had discussed bringing in a hospital bed into the house because Dad had always said he wanted to die at home. And I know when he was saying that, he always meant that he would just wake up one morning dead in his recliner and be happy about that. And I don't think he realized, as much as he was decompressing or shriveling up, he wouldn't want to be a burden on any of us kids. He wouldn't want that. And so we had the discussion. He'd also had some falls at home. And we had talked that if there would be an opening for a hospice care bed, that we would try putting him into that. That was on a Friday, and on the following Wednesday, he went into home hospice, or into the hospice directly. And the day he went in there was actually a really good day for him. He was very happy, he was upbeat. We all, four of the 5 of us were there that night. And he was talking, his sense of humor when the one doctor came in to interview him, I started busting up. I don't even remember the responses he gave. But it was a Dad sarcastic, snarky comment. It was just hilarious. Thursday, spent pretty much the whole day and night there. Kathy and I brought some music and we were playing a bunch of Johnny Cash for Dad, and we were playing cards. And by then, Dad was getting a little bit more tired. He kept talking about the one car, the picture. I had gotten a whole bunch of pictures printed up, and one was the brand new car that he'd gotten when he got married to Mom. And 1957. There you go. 1957 Chevy. He all of a sudden, he would just shout that out. Yeah, but I think he enjoyed hearing the chatter of everyone who was in the room. Mm-hmm. And so I ended up spending from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night and Monday night there in the hospice room. They had a little recliner chair, and I put my feet up, and every hour they would come in and move Dad in the bed, and I would wake up. After the second night, they actually moved me next to his bed. So every night I slept, or he slept, and I held his hand all night long. By Saturday, and especially on Sunday, he lost the ability to swallow and talk. Sunday, we went over and we had last rites. The priest came in for that, and all 5 of us kids were there for that. It was Super Bowl Sunday, my first Super Bowl in about 15 years that I've missed. So with all of us kids there, we actually did a 10-line pool. Got Dad in, he didn't win. Halftime, I won final. And it was funny because there were times during the show, because Dad would moan every once in a while. So a couple times during the game, he would go, "Oh, yes, Dad, they did got a touchdown, yes." And so just kind of that interaction. Monday afternoon, we had a little discussion that maybe Dad wasn't passing because he was never alone. Maybe he just wanted some time alone. And this is one of the humor parts of it. So we all discussed, okay, let's go out of the room for 10 minutes, give him time if he wants. So we told him, "Dad, we're going to be at the end of the hallway. If you want to go now when nobody's in here, do it now, but just don't fall out of bed." He chose not to go at that time. Monday night, again, all night long holding his hand. And Tuesday morning, my sister Jean came about 7:30, 8 o'clock. And then I ran over to Dad's house to shower and change. Not expecting anything to happen. So I'm putzing around at the house and looking through some photos and whatnot. Get in the shower, my phone rings. I don't need to answer it. 2 minutes later, rings again. All right, need to get out of the shower, answer the phone, pick it up, get over to the hospice now. So here I am trying to put clothes on over a wet body. Not doing a real successful job, so things are sticking. Didn't brush my teeth, didn't brush my hair, get over to hospice, and I knew from the call that he had gone, but Jean didn't want to say it on the phone. So I get in the room and she's still holding his hand to make sure it stayed warm. So she gave me about 10, 15 minutes alone with Dad. And then my brother Rob came in and he got some time alone, and then Kathy came and she got some time alone. Had to give him one more last kiss, tell him, "Well, Dad." That's what I always did when I would leave the room. Give him a kiss for good luck. And again, the whole time, you always saying that prayer, hoping that he would go, but not wanting him to. And I miss him. And I'm done now.